body signals are your healing mail. Your body is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? Think of your body as a wise messenger. Every sensation, whether it's a tight jaw, a flutter in the stomach, or a heaviness in the chest, is like a letter delivered straight from your inner world. Most of us ignore these messages. We leave the envelopes unopened, or worse, we throw them away without reading. But when you learn to listen, you realize that these signals are not problems. They are invitations. They say, pay attention. Something needs care. Here is where healing begins. The wisdom hidden in sensations. Let's take some common body signals. Tight shoulders, often a sign of carrying invisible burdens, responsibilities, worries, unspoken words. Knot in the stomach, anxiety, fear, or anticipation that hasn't found expression. Heavy chest, sadness, grief, or the weight of unprocessed emotion. These signals are not random. They are the body's language, translating emotions and experiences into felt sensations. In somatic therapy, this is called embodied awareness, the understanding that the body is not separate from the mind or spirit. The body is a living record of your experiences, storing both joy and pain, resilience and trauma. The 3 layers of body awareness. To deepen your listening, it helps to think of the body in 3 layers. 1. The bio layer. This is the physical body, muscles, tissues, breath, heartbeat. It tells you when you're tired, hungry, tense, or in pain. 2. The psycho-energetic layer. This is where emotions live in the body. Stress tightening your jaw, grief pressing on your chest, joy expanding your heart. Here, feelings become physical. 3. The living awareness layer. This is the deeper field of presence, the part of you that notices the first 2 layers. It is the quiet observer that says, my body feels tense today. This layer transforms simple noticing into healing. When you combine all 3, you don't just experience symptoms, you experience meaning. Daniel was a practitioner I once guided through body awareness work. He came to me complaining of a constant knot in his stomach. Doctors told him it was stress-related, but no medicine helped. In our sessions, I invited him to sit quietly, close his eyes, and place a hand on his belly. At first, he felt nothing but discomfort. His mind resisted. This is pointless. I just want it gone. But slowly, as he stayed with awareness, something shifted. The knot wasn't just stress. It was fear. Specifically, the fear of failing in his work and disappointing his family. He had buried this fear under busyness and silence. The moment he acknowledged it, tears came. For the first time, he gave that hidden part of himself compassion instead of rejection. Within weeks, the physical knot softened. It didn't disappear overnight, but Daniel's relationship with it changed. His body was no longer the enemy. It was the messenger. Why we resist the body's messages. Many of us resist listening to the body because we're afraid of what we'll find. We worry that if we sit with the knot, the ache, the heaviness, it will overwhelm us. So we distract ourselves with work, food, scrolling, or constant busyness. But here's the paradox. What we resist persists. When we ignore the messages, they don't vanish. They get louder. A whisper of tension becomes chronic pain. A flutter of worry becomes panic. A wave of sadness becomes depression. Awareness, however, transforms the relationship. Instead of fearing the message, we read it with curiosity. And once the message is received, the body often softens on its own. The neuroscience of somatic awareness. Research in somatic psychology shows that bringing mindful awareness to body sensations helps regulate the autonomic nervous system. When we notice and breathe with a tight chest, the nervous system shifts out of fight or flight. When we soften around the knot in the stomach, The vagus nerve signals safety. When we allow sensations to be felt instead of suppressed, the brain integrates the experience instead of storing it as unresolved stress. In other words, listening to the body is healing in itself. Guided practice, body scan script. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes for this practice. 1. Sit or lie down in a quiet space. 2. Close your eyes and take 3 slow breaths. 3. Begin by bringing awareness to your feet. Notice any sensation: warmth, tingling, numbness. Don't judge, just observe. 4. Move to your legs, hips, stomach, chest, shoulders, arms, neck, and face. 5. At each point, silently name what you feel: tightness, warmth, buzzing, calm. 6. If you notice discomfort, breathe into it. Whisper inwardly, "I hear you." 7. Finish by placing a hand on your heart and thanking your body for speaking. Practice check-in. Whenever you feel stressed today, pause and ask, what is my body saying? Where do I feel it most strongly? If this sensation had a voice, what would it say? Key insight. Your body is not betraying you. It is communicating with you. Every tension, ache, and flutter is a letter of healing mail, waiting to be opened with compassion. Journaling prompts. Which body signals visit you most often? Tight shoulders, heavy chest, tense stomach? 2. What emotions do you think these signals might be carrying? 3. How might your life shift if you treated these signals as invitations instead of problems? Living the practice. Listening to the body doesn't mean obsessing over every ache. It means relating to the body as a friend. When the shoulders ache, you pause. When the breath shortens, you notice. When the stomach knots, you breathe. Over time, this builds a relationship of trust. Your body learns that when it whispers, you listen, and in return, it no longer needs to scream. Your body is not just flesh and bones, it is a messenger of your inner truth. Every signal is healing mail delivered to guide you home.